Nom 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 nom. Boink. Oi.
Ta-da! Today we are making this beautiful striped Christmas bauble. Ornament, decoration, whatever you call it. That's the shape we are all used to seeing on our Christmas trees. Let me switch off one of the lights so you can see the colors, red and green. Red is very difficult to show on camera. What is inside this bauble? A polystyrene ball. I'm using the one which is 8 centimeters in diameter. So these are easy to buy in craft stores. They usually have this line in the middle, which could show us where the middle of our work is, the center. And here is a spot, as well as here, where this starts, where we start our work and finish. 8 centimeters. That's what all my numbers are for. If you want to choose a larger ball, you're welcome, but you need to adjust the number of rounds for your shape. The yarn that I'm using is this red one and green. These are Gazzal Baby Cotton, and it's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. This is the red color. This is the number of the color. Well, the lot is not important. 3443, and it's 50 grams and 165 meters, which makes 330 meters in 100 grams. You can see it in yards. So that's the red color, and the green is 3456. Anyway, I'll show it on the screen. To make this ornament, I used 8 grams of each color, 8 grams of red and 8 grams of green. As you see, my bauble is slightly sparkly. This is because I'm adding this extra thread. It's metallic. Actually, it's polyester and metallic. YarnArt Camelia. The yardage is 20 grams and 190 meters. It's rather thin, and it doesn't add any bulkiness to our rounds. Great to use. Just one thread is okay. And you see, such yarns, such threads, they tend to they are very slippery, so you just put it and you don't move it when you crochet. If you need to untangle something, use the cotton thread, right, the red and green. This one, don't use it. Untangle stuff using the other two balls, two skeins. Let me show you how this is made. First, we make a circle. We can see that here we've got the beginning of the round. It's visible, not greatly, but I haven't figured out yet how to make it invisible using single crochets. We make a circle. We crochet a circle, spreading the increases in a certain way. I'll tell you about this later. So we work 10 rounds, and our circle is approximately 4 centimeters in diameter, just like the radius of our polystyrene ball. Slightly smaller, I'd say. So if your decoration is different size, you could use this number. So the first part should be approximately the radius of your like form of what's inside the bauble. Approximately the radius, slightly smaller. Anyway, when you work this, you could try it on and see if it fits or not, and either unravel a few rounds or make two or three more rounds, well, depending on your shape. I can say that using this yarn, the hook, by the way, yeah, I haven't mentioned, 2.5 millimeters. I'm using my favorite Clover Amour. You could use any hook you like, but 2.5 millimeters. 10 rounds increasing. Then we've got a flat part, which is 18 rounds. And then we've got again 10 rounds of now decreasing. And the decreases are identical to our increases. Just instead of increasing the stitches, we decrease. Let me show you the table. When we decrease, how often, etc. We need more focus. So, here we go. We start with a magic circle. I'll show you in a sec. Don't forget to make a stitch at the start of each round, and at the end join in with a slip stitch, just as our usual join when we crochet in the rounds. In the first round, we make 6 single crochets in the magic circle, in the magic ring. Join, make a stitch. Second round, 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase. And we repeat it 6 times. So in each of the single crochets of the previous round, we make 2. Thus we get 12 stitches. In round 3, we work 1 single crochet, increase, and repeat it 6 times. We get 18 stitches. So in each round we increase 6 times. So we increase and add 6 more stitches. Then in round 4 we start with the increase, then make 2 single crochets and repeat it 6 times. 5, 3 single crochets, increase, repeat 6 times. 6, 1 single crochet, increase, 4 single crochets, increase, repeat it 5 times, and finish with 3 single crochets. So you can see that here the numbers increase by 2. 1 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 5, 7 in each uneven round. As well as here we can see 4, 6, 8 single crochets in the brackets. If you need more rounds, you could proceed in the same way. So that means that in round 11 it would be 9 single crochets, increase, repeated 6 times. And in round 12, that would be, look here, we had 1, 2, 3 in round 12, that would be 4 single crochets, increase, 4, 6, 8, 10 single crochets, increase, repeated 5 times. And here we get one more, 6 single crochets at the end. So you can see that numbers here increase 3, 4, 5 at the end, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, etc. And here also 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in each even round. When you start working it, you will see this. You will notice and memorize it quite quickly. Why are we doing this? Why not have the increases at the same time, at the same points? In this case, our circle will have corners, and instead of being a circle, it will be something like a hexagon, I would say, right? And we don't want these corners. We want our circle to be nearly perfect, or as perfect as we could make it. Then we've got, when we have approximately 4 centimeters in radius circle, we work 18 rounds without any increases. or whichever number of rounds you need. So how I figured it out, I put like kept on crocheting, tried it on, and measured the diameter of the uncovered surface left and compared it with the diameter of the initial circle, right, which was approximately 8 centimeters in diameter, right, 4 centimeters in radius, and it should match approximately, right, more or less. So this part is 18 rounds without any increases, and then we get the final part, the third one. Here we do the same, but we decrease. So instead of 3 single crochets increase, we work 3 single crochets decrease, 8 single crochets decrease, repeat 5 times, and 5 single crochets at the end. The same we see here, 7 single crochets increase, here we've got 7 single crochets decrease, etc. So we repeat the same in the opposite direction, and instead of increases we work the decreases. As simple as that. And in round 37 we decrease 6 times, and still we've got a little hole, because unlike with the magic ring you cannot pull it tight. So we use a needle. It doesn't have to be sharp, you could use a blunt needle like this. This would do pretty nicely. I'll show you the most important key stages of the process in a second. I want to make my second ornament slightly different, and instead of red, I start with the green color. Start with the magic green. I'm not going to focus on it much. There are a lot of tutorials that you could look up if you need to. So chain 1 and 6 single crochets in the green. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Pull the thread and we join in the round. Could just pick only one leg of the stitch, it's okay. I'm going to weave in this tail while crocheting, so I put it close to my stitches. We can see in round number 2 we of course start with the single stitch. Here we cast a stitch and work increases 2 single crochets in one stitch, repeat 6 times. So we work increases in each stitch. We now work in both like legs of the stitch, right? By the way, I haven't mentioned, but I'm pulling the thread from the middle of my skein, of my ball of yarn. It's more convenient for me this way, so they don't get scattered around. I put the tail next to the stitches so that it's woven in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Join in the round. Again, it's okay if we take only one leg of the stitch joined. As for this tail, we don't need to weave it in further, it will be hidden, so we just leave it as it is. Alright, we worked 2 rounds, and now it's high time we add our metal thread. We just add it to our main thread, and as we crochet we weave it in just like we did with the first tail. So cast on a stitch, and this is round 3. 1 single crochet, increase, so 1 single crochet, and in the second stitch we work 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, keep on to the end of the round. My metal thread is woven in, and now it's time to start with our red color. I haven't joined in the round yet because I would like to show you a little trick. We take the red thread. Where is the end? It's pretty long. Okay, so we take the red thread and join in the round using the red thread. Pull the green thread, pull the red one, the tail. You see our next round starts with the red thread. We chain 1 stitch and work our next round without any metallic thread. The metallic thread goes every other round. So now it's 1, 2, 3, round number 4. 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, so increase 2 stitches, 2 single crochets. So we start with the increase right at once, and then we work 2 single crochets without any increasing. Oh, I forgot to weave in the thread. Don't do it. Let's weave in as we go. We don't want to bother when we've finished the bauble. Increase 2 single crochets, increase, so 2 single crochets in 1 stitch and 2 single crochets. Oops, and make sure you pick only 1 thread. Again, after we've woven in like 3-4 centimeters of the tail, we leave it as it is inside. Then you could trim it if you wish, or just leave it inside the bauble. It's not gonna be seen at all. This is what we do. You can see that the metallic thread is the second round in each stripe. So red without metallic, red with metallic, green without metallic, green with metallic. Don't forget that when we change the color, we join in the round with a different color. I don't cut the thread, so when I need this green thread, I just like, okay, when I come to the end of the round, I'll just pick the green thread I dropped before. So there will be these little floats inside the bauble, but they are not visible. It's no use cutting them and bothering with weaving in these endless tails. No need for that. So you pick the thread and continue your work. Join in the round using the new color of the new stripe, and in the second round of the stripe, pick the metallic thread. As I've mentioned before, when all this gets a bit tangled, please do not touch the metallic thread because it's slippery and it could get really messy. Instead, try to unravel using the red and green baubles. Sometimes you will need to do it. I can admit it, and it could be slightly annoying. Just try to keep one yarn to the left, the other to the right. It will be easier and you unravel and untangle everything easily and quickly. See you when we are done with the radius. With working 4 centimeters in the radius, and that's 10 rounds in our chart, as you can see, until up to the moment when we need to work without decreases. I'll show you how big this part is on the bauble, on the polystyrene ball. I've just finished the first part. Let's measure it. Okay, so something closer to 7 centimeters. Like I said, the radius is 4 centimeters. We need to make it slightly smaller, so it's approximately 3.5, even a little bit less. Actually, originally I tried doing the radius like 4 centimeters, and then I saw it was way too big and had to unravel 2 rounds. So I say 10 rounds using this yarn is enough. Doesn't look like a sphere at all, but wait, when you work a few rounds flat without any increases, it will start curving. So please proceed working flat, at least 9 rounds, and check that it matches the central line of the ball. 9 rounds without increases are done, and you can see that it's half the way up. 9 more rounds, and I'll show you how to do the decreases. I've crocheted the rounds without any increases. Time to insert the polystyrene ball. Done. The marker is not exactly in the center, but it's a sphere, so doesn't really matter. Round 29. 3 single crochets, decrease, and then 8 single crochets, decrease, repeated 5 times, 5 single crochets. I'm gonna just show you how I'm going to hold the hook while working on this. Usually I hold it as if it's a pen, but when there is this ball inserted, there is not enough room, so I hold it as a knife, as if it were a knife. Stitch, and it should be 3 single crochets. 1, two, 3. Pull the thread, pull it from the other stitch, and work them together, decrease. And this is what we do. If you are quite comfortable working as usual, fine. If you are accustomed to holding the hook like this is even better. I'm not that accustomed. I've got some experience. Off camera it's a little bit faster. Anyway, please follow the instructions up to round 37. Work this, and I'll show you how to finish it and make this chain, this little tiny rope to put it on the Christmas tree, and when to insert a bead if you are interested in this. I have finished crocheting the decoration, the bauble. cut the threads, all of them, leaving the tail, which is approximately 70 centimeters. I believe you could do even with 50. I just want to make sure we've got enough anyway. I haven't joined in the round, but I've cut the thread and I pull this loop, the stitch, yep, like this. Now we insert this thread, the one which is used last, into the tapestry needle. Now, using the needle, we pick the front leg of each stitch. I'll go one by one. So the first, then the second, the third. You could do two at a time probably. Pick all 6 of them and then pull to minimize the hole. Pull quite well, like this. So we have no hole now. The needle could be put aside. We take the hook again. The last part is fairly easy. You insert the hook in one of the stitches and pull one of the threads. Let it be green first. Then you pick the red with the gold thread and chain one. Okay, make sure you got it tight enough again. Then we take green, chain one, and red again, chain one. So we keep alternating the yarns so that our rope is two-colored. Green, red. Make sure to pull the threads so your stitches are approximately the same size. Done, somewhat around 60 stitches. Pull the thread. Now we just need to fasten this. It's rather easy. Actually, now might be the perfect time to put on the bead. You just insert the threads in it and put it in place. And pull the second tail using a hook. Like this. Got it. I'll attach it later. The only thing we need to do is to weave in the tails. Again, we use a tapestry needle. The red tail is woven in the stitches in here, the green in the stitches, and the golden in the round with this sparkly thread. So this one, or maybe that one, so you just go below the surface and weave in where it's the same color, right? The green goes here, red here, the golden somewhere in here. And this is it. Done. Now I just need to trim the tails, and probably I'll use some hot glue or some other glue to fix the bead, because when it hangs it's not very firmly attached. I want it to sit firmly like this. The decoration is done, it's finished. It doesn't take long to do this. I'd say you need about 9 or 10 grams each color to be safe, and about 5 grams of metallic thread. I spent 4, but to be on the safe side I'd go with 5. 26 grams. Perfect. Give a thumbs up to this video, subscribe to my channel to learn more about my other tutorials. I try to upload regularly, and press the bell icon if you want to get notified. I hope I could do something better with the light. It's pretty gloomy in autumn. I guess it will be better in the future. So here is a lovely decoration. Merry Christmas, Merry holidays to you and your family, and see you in the next video. Bye!